So you said some media will die or fade away or get smaller. What are your personal media habits? How much TV do you watch? How much
Sure.
radio, magazines?
Yeah. I don't think we haven't seen things really die. I mean, some companies have decided to stop publishing magazines and just go online, and that's in some ways for that particular company, it's a death. But in general, if you go to any local airport, there's plentiful versions of magazines, and magazines bring lots of value to people. For me as a consumer, I spend a lot of time on my phone, spend a lot of time on my desktop or my laptop. I watch minimal TV, and when I do, it's usually pre-recorded, like on Netflix or an Amazon or something like that. So I'm not really watching too many commercials. I watch commercials during the Super Bowl, and I watch when there's sports events or Yankee games on. But I'm really I spend a lot of time looking around on my phone and using different apps and doing searches, and that's I think my big consumption of media. Not a lot of magazines, and I read my newspapers on the web.
Do you watch long-form programming on your mobile phone?
Long-form programming on my mobile phone, so a little bit. I just got the new iPhone 6, so the screen's a little bigger, and I think over the weekend I watched a 30-minute HBO special on Bernard Hopkins, which is a boxer, and so I can do it. It's more about finding the time when I can watch my phone and my kids aren't gonna whack me over the head. But I have no problem with it. I mean, the screens are great, and I think it's obviously going to be the way of the future.
Children use screens. One is 4 and one is 2, you mentioned. Do you allow them to have screen time?
My family has very minimal allowance of using any kind of tablets or phones. I mean, they love it. They're anytime you put your phone away, they're first the guys to grab it. But we don't really let them use our phones or tablets. We let them watch very minimal, educational kind of TV. And there's lots of data that talks about how looking at phones up close for children during like early developmental years, like when they're 2 or 3 or 4 years old, slows down their brain development, and it's not as good as playing with Legos or doing things that are interactive and doing things where you're using your full brain capacity. So we choose not to, but we don't have an opinion for other people who choose differently.
And they read books.
Read lots of books, yeah. Trying to get them to read books, and we have lots of books, and my wife goes to the library and probably gets about 15 books for the kids every week and cycles through them.